Good morning, listeners. How are you doing? This is your favorite program, Grow Your Wealth, on Max 89.7 FM. Today we'll be speaking about certain important things that are going to help you to actually increase the wealth in your accounts, in your mobile money, wherever you keep your wealth. We are going to talk about some assets that can bring you money that you do not know of. It's here for Eba Max 89.7 FM. So, we program a UT and then your friend will grow your wealth. Your program a beboa ama usika sem akoye. Yebeka ejapade ana nyama owa ebetumi edi sika aba obotoma unimpo se owo sa nyama no eno na yebeche ene anope. Some assets you have that can bring you money that you do not know of. We are going to share these assets with you, and by the time we are done with today's program, you'll be able to take advantage of the assets you have that you don't even have an idea about. So you can start sending your comments, you can start sending questions about last week's show, you can start sending anything that you want to on our WhatsApp line 0506-367-196. I would do well to share about 9 assets that you have that you don't know of that can make you money. 9 assets that you have that you don't know of that can make you money. I'm believing God that I'll be able to share all the 9 before my time is up. You are listening to Max 89.7 FM, Grow Your Wealth program. The first asset that you have that can bring you money that many of us don't know of is the asset called money. The asset called money. Now, many people do not know that the money that is in their pockets, the money that is on their mobile money wallets, the money that is in their bank account is an asset that can generate them more money. And because they don't know that these are assets that can generate them more money, a lot of people have their money lying dormant in their mobile money accounts, in their pockets, under their pillows, in their bank accounts, and what have you. The truth of the matter is that any money that you have is an asset that can produce more money for you. Why do I say this? I know people who had 100 cedis lying down. They took the 100 cedis, invested it into a business, and it generated more money from them. Today, they are making more than 5,000 cedis a month based on just 100 cedis that they started their businesses with. Some started their businesses with 50 Ghana cedis. I know somebody who started a shitter business with 50 Ghana cedis. Today, she's doing shitter worth more than 3,000 cedis every month. Meanwhile, she started with the asset of just 50 cedis. So you may be there, you might have 100 cedis in your account, you might have 50 cedis in your account, you might have 500 cedis, 1,000 cedis in your account, and you are still struggling. I want to tell you that the money you have is an asset, and that asset can generate more money for you. Many people do not value the money that they have, but the money you have is a seed. Sika na ewo nsem no eye aba uduasa aba na ebetumi de sika bebre aba. Na ye kan se nkofu bebre ewo sika ewo mu nsem a omu nim se sa sika no ebetumi de sika bebre aba omo akwan mu. Enti nkofu wo 50 cedis omo account mu, omo 100 cedis omo account mu, omo 1,000 cedis omo account mu. So sa sika no enye ejume bia emma omo. De kan se 50 cedis so say 100 cedis so say 1,000 cedis so say 2,000 cedis so eye bibia ebetumi de sika aba wabrabom inte ese ohwe sa sika no te se ejapade a ebetumi de sika aba wabrabom. Minimum conform de 50 cedis start shitter business and no omoye business no 3,000 cedis every month. Minimum conform de 100 cedis start business and amasika bebre aba omafem inte enfa ho sika ukra ewo ho sisi a sa sika no ye japade a ebetumi de sika bebre aba wafem. Now that we know the first asset that you can use to bring more money to you, which is the asset called money, we can move on to the second asset that can bring you money that you don't know of. The second asset that can bring you money that you don't know of. Now, the second asset that can bring you money that you don't know of is the asset of rain. Someone is asking, what is rain? Rain, the one that comes from the cloud, the one that comes from the sky. It is an asset that many people do not know of. And the air can say, ejapade fofora ewo wabrabo mu a ontumi enfanya sika no eye insu a eto no eye ejapade papa pa ebetumi de sika aba wabrabo mu nti eye se ohwe ne yie. Rain is an asset that God himself gave to man and said it was a mechanism to create wealth. It was a mechanism to create wealth. He said, in order for you not to borrow and actually lend to many nations, he said he was going to give you two treasures. Number one of the treasures was that he was going to give you rain. So rain is an asset that God gives to us to be able to create wealth. How does rain help you to create wealth? You see, when it rains on the earth, it makes plants grow. So imagine that you've planted corn, you've planted mangoes, you've planted cabbages, you've planted anything at all that you plant, whether pineapples or tomatoes or what have you. As long as rain comes on it, you are guaranteed that even if it is one seed you planted, you are going to have about 10 fruits of tomatoes or pineapple or mangoes or what have you. Nsuo tɔ emre bebree no nkɔfo bebree ɛmfa nyɛ hwee nanso ohwɛ paa ɔmo a ɔmo dua nneɛma ma nsuo ɛtɔ egu so no ɛnkyɛ ɔmo sɛ na aso aba na saa aba na ɛso no ɔmo tumi tɔn ɛnyɛ sika bebree egu ɔmo bɔtɔm ɛne nti na ɛyɛ sɛ nsuo tɔ a ɛyɛ sɛ ɔtumi hu sɛ mɛtumi de nsuo na yɛ dɛn ayɛ biribi ama ma brabɔ. Those who have taken advantage of the asset of rain are reaping huge benefits. Recently, I was speaking to one person that I taught the asset of rain, and he said, I now have 3 million crops. 3 million crops based on what you taught me about the asset of rain. And imagine that he's even selling the crops at 1 cedi each. That is 3 million Ghana cedis. That is over 300 billion old cedis. And he's raising all that money because he was taught that rain is an asset. Rain is an asset. So anytime you see it is raining, don't go and fold your arms and sleep on your bed and say the weather is good. No, it is a sign that there is a wealth creation mechanism that you are supposed to take advantage of. So when say nsuo tɔ a ɛmbobɔ nsa ɛnkɔda ɛwɔ beebi nka sɛ whether we deɛ ɛyɛ fo whether we deɛ ɛyɛ do ɛbɛma nna na yɛ dedaa bi sɛ nsuo tɔ pɛ ɛyɛ sɛ ohun sɛ Nyankopɔn ɛɛkyerɛw sɛ mede biribi ɛɛbrɛ wo a wobɛtumi de enya sika ama wo ho ɛho hia paa anytime abɛhu sɛ nsuo tɔ no ɛyɛ sɛ ohun sɛ Nyankopɔn ɛɛkyerɛw sɛ mede biribi ma wo a ɛbɛtumi de sika yɛ dɛn aba wɔ abrabɔ mu. Nkɔfo edua tomatoes, nkɔfo edua pineapple, nkɔfo edua mango, nkɔfo edua cabbage, nkɔfo edua nneɛma bebree a ɛde sika aba ɔmo abrabɔ mu. Nti sɛ wohu sɛ nsuo tɔ a ɛsɛ wohu sɛ Nyankopɔn ɛne wo kasa sɛ wo so betumi edua biribi ama sɛ eni na wotɔn a ɛbɛtumi de sika ɛyɛ dɛn aba wɔ abrabɔ mu. So if you are around and you know that God has given us rain, then you must start looking for avenues. Look for land in the villages. Some villages as little as 50 Ghana cedis, you can get an acre of land. An acre of land, you can get it for as little as 50 Ghana cedis. Some seeds as little as 30 Ghana cedis seed. You can plant it on an acre of land, and when it rains, you are sure to have a mighty harvest from it. Emre do say obeko ekrase say asasi bi a 50 cedis crab betumi nya 1 acre 20 cedis betumi nya aba obetumi dua wo 1 acre no so na nsuo togusu na eni a de sika bebre ebetumi aba wa brabom. The third thing that you have that you are not taking advantage of, the third asset you have that you are not taking advantage of is the asset of time. Is the asset of time. Time. You have heard that time is money. You have heard that time is money. But many people have not turned their time into money. You have heard that time is money, but many people have not turned their time into money. So you should ask yourself, are you turning your time into money, or your time is just being wasted? Ade miensa ejapade miensa owa ebetumi de sika abro no eye wo mre nkofo se emre eye sika nkofo se emre eye sika nti ese obisa ho se umre no o dane ne sika ana o sei emre ne keke o dane wo mre ne sika ana o sei emre no ekeke na utumi hu se usika ana umre ebetumi ama usika ebedum pempen so eye se o dane emre no ekosikem. You can ask the average person that from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, what do you do with your time? From 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, what do you do with your time? Most of them will tell you that we are watching TV, or we are sleeping, or we are eating, or we are chatting with our friends. So you realize that a lot of people have not taken advantage of their time, which is a valuable asset to help them to be able to make money. So a lot of people are wasting the time that they have. They are wasting it chatting with friends. They are wasting it moving around, doing all sorts of things, sleeping and all that. But your time can be exchanged for money. So you need to ask yourself, if you are not using your time to actually make money, it means you are wasting that time. So it is time you ask yourself that this time that I have, what can I do with this time to be able to make money? Because you have the time. It is an asset. As long as you know what to exchange it with, you'll be able to make money with it. Now, I know people who, when they close from work, I know a man who was building, and the way he was building is that after he had closed from work, he would take a taxi and he would drive his taxi. That means he was taking advantage of the time. I know people who, after they've closed from work, they drive Uber or they drive boat cars, and this is able to help them to generate extra income. Now, the interesting thing is that if you, even between 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, if you are driving a vehicle, maybe a boat or an Uber or a taxi, and you are making even 30 cedis, that 30 cedis a day is equivalent to 10,000 Ghana cedis at the end of the year. Let's just say, ubetumenya 100 million, titisikano 100 million after 1 year, say 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. Unya 30 cedis per, you'll be able to make more than 10,000 cedis at the end of the year. When you take advantage of these vehicles or your time, and you are even making 30 cedis a day in a year, although the 30 cedis might look insignificant to some people, in a year that 30 cedis is more than 10,000 Ghana cedis. That is 100 million old cedis, 100 million old cedis. It is not small money. That money is capital that somebody is looking for. Some of you have been looking for capital of 2,000, capital of 3,000, capital of 5,000, capital of 10,000. If you can use your time from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. to engage in a profitable venture like driving a boat or an Uber or doing any other thing that you can exchange for money, you are sure that if you are even making just 30 cedis a day, at the end of 1 year, you'll be able to make 10,000 cedis, which is old 100 million cedis, and you can use it for any other thing that you want to do with it. Into umreno ehu hiapa se unim se umreno o say emrena edum pempen so ese utumi de sa emreno eye bibi ema wabrabo. If you have a brother or have a sister you think that this program is going to help, please quickly send them a message. Tell them to tune in to 89.7 Max FM so that they will be blessed, so that they can increase their finances, so that they can grow their wealth. This is Darlington. We have another message from Darlington from SCC. Somebody says, how can one manage their time effectively? How can one manage their time effectively? So, Darlington, one of the ways you can manage your time effectively is to use a to-do list. Essentially, what we are trying to say is that you need to ask yourself, are you wasting your time or you are taking advantage? Your time is becoming profitable to you. So if you know that you are not using your time profitably, you can ask yourself, what can I do in this time to be able to generate extra income for myself? So the essential question is to ask yourself, are you wasting time or you are making your time profitable? Emreno o say na na sa emreno edisika eba obotum say wo say emrena and the edrum pempen so bisa ho say den na metumi aye ama emreno aba mfaso amame. You see many people gathering at certain places and just wasting their time, which can actually bring them a lot of money. Number four, the number four thing that you have as an asset that you are not using to take advantage, you are not taking advantage of, or it's not bringing you money. Okay, this asset, not everybody has it, but either you have it or you know somebody who has it that is not taking advantage of it. Number four asset is vehicles. Vehicles. There are people who go to work from 7 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. in the evening, and what they do is that when they get to work at 7 a.m., they park their vehicles, and then when they close at 5:30 p.m., they pick their vehicles and go home. Between 7 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., these vehicles, which are assets, are just lying down doing nothing. These vehicles are just there doing nothing. Meanwhile, they could have easily given these vehicles to people who can drive them between, let's say, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and make extra income from them, so that by 4 p.m. when they close, they can bring back their vehicles to them. Many of us have vehicles that lie dormant for 8 hours every day. They are doing nothing. These vehicles are assets that can generate money for us. Yemu bebre e wo shen ye ko ejuma 7 o'clock na ya park 5:30 na ya fa na yeduko fie. Saa dia no oya na che se ɛhyɛn na wowɔ no ɛfa mfasoɔ bi a ɛnyɛ den ɛmbrɛw de bia autofuel egu car no mu nso ɛmfa mfasoɔ bi a ɛnyɛ den ɛmbrɛw edu mmerɛ a ɛsɛ otumi de ɛhyɛn ne tam a wobɛpake wɔ edwuma mu no ɛsɛ otumi de ma obi ma ɔde yɛ edwuma no ɔde yɛ edwuma na ɛbɔ 4 na ɔde ayɛ den ɔde aba 5:30 na ɔde yɛ den ɔde kɔ fie saa mmerɛ na car no mpo bɛyɛ edwuma ma no sɛ wonya mfasoɔ wɔ mu mpo a ufuo sika de obetumi ayɛ den obetumi anya. I know somebody who drives a boat who starts work at 9 a.m. and closes at 2 p.m. and is able to get the amount of money that he wants for the day. So a lot of people have vehicles that they park them from morning till evening when they close from work before they are able to use these vehicles. You are wasting an asset. That asset can bring you money, and so you need to take advantage of it as quickly as possible. Now, if you are somebody who doesn't even own a vehicle and you know somebody who goes to park his vehicle and after parking the vehicle it's 5:30 that they come and pick the vehicle, you can speak to such a person and that person can give you the vehicle to use between the times he has parked it at the office so that you can use it to generate extra income for yourself and the person. Ehu hia se wo umpo na obenya car no but unimobia owo car okopaki wo edwumam anopa na enyumre wafa car no de kofia obetimi nipa na akasa se emre a wa park car no obetimi de amame ma me de aye den me de aye edwuma me de ye edwuma infaso beba amame also infaso be den eba ama. Someone says, good morning sir, how do I generate extra income for myself without capital? Ama from Gbawe. How do I generate extra income for myself without capital? There are several ways to generate income for yourself without capital. One of the ways off my head is actually to provide services. When you provide a service, you don't need capital to provide a service. When you provide services for people, they pay you for your service and not necessarily capital. Another way you can generate income without capital is actually to speak to suppliers, connect suppliers to the market, to people who are buying. So somebody wants to buy something, you act like a middleman between the person buying and the person selling. Once you can connect these two people, you don't need capital, you can be in business. So you can sell shoes without even having shoes. When people want to buy, you take them to the shoe seller. You can sell TVs without even having TVs. When people want to buy, you take them to the TV shop because you would have made an arrangement with the supplier of the good or service that you want to actually sell. So Amma from Gbawe, that is how you can generate extra income for yourself without capital. Of course, that is also a subject we can treat on its own. Enti Amma bisa say ebeden na metumi enya sika se mini capital. Me chere say ubetumi aton injuma ubetumi aye juma ma nkrofo mo dis guy den abro. Another way no so say ubetumi akon nkrofo mo ton ade ho na waka cho say me the customer be bro na me the customer ne ba e bia ye beton ama ni say na me fa so no o di say ama me nti say onya customers na da ye den o de amano o de mana also dia kakra e wo mu no ubetumi aye den ubetumi enya e wo. Number five asset that can give you money that you don't know of. I want to believe that you are picking up certain things as a noun that you are going to take advantage of. Mijidini say, usua bibia ubetimi de aye ejuma masika aba wabrabom. Number 5 asset is unoccupied shops. Unoccupied shops. Shops are obia enim. For 3 years, there were 3 shops in front of my house and I was not making money from these shops. They were just there lying dormant and I didn't make even 1 cedi from these shops until I realized that it was an asset that I could take advantage of, and I began to use these shops for business. And by the grace of God, all these shops that at a time they were just lying dormant and were not giving me any money, all these 3 shops have started giving me money to the glory of God. So some of you in your houses, there are shops in front of your houses, but you have not seen it as an asset that can generate money for you. Right now, I am telling you, that shop in front of your house is an asset that can generate money for you. Some of you live in areas where people have shops in front of their houses that they have not even taken advantage of. It is up to you to go to them, because such shops, because people are not occupying it, they don't see the value of it. Such shops can even go for a very small amount of money. You can take advantage of these shops and begin to make money out of them. And maybe by another 3 years, shops will be free anymore. So now me for shops na enya until me who say shops we there a bit me edisika abreme and I start to say me use shops no dey business. And net nyame adom no sa shops me ensan yina edisika ehye me bottom inti say shop bi wo fie nima onfa anya hwe ana onim shop bi wo bi fie nima onfa anya hwe a But more than next start is all the year then, Juma. I have another message from Christian Ofegu. Christian says that my birthday is tomorrow, 3rd March. My birthday is tomorrow, 3rd March. Happy birthday in advance, Christian. My question is, apart from driving cars at night after my normal day job, what type of work do I do to get extra income? That is a wonderful question. I keep on saying that a lot of the jobs on the internet, when you go to the internet, there are a lot of things that you can do at night to actually make money. You can make your YouTube videos at night. You can write books at night. There are editing jobs on Fiverr. There are transcription jobs that you can do at night. You can even sell. You understand? You can start a food business because people eat at night. So you can start a food business. You can start there are many kinds of businesses you can start. Kelewele business, any kind of food. You know, people like food. Food is something that people buy all the time. So if you cannot drive cars, you can actually start a food business at night so that instead of just sleeping or wasting your time at night, you can start a food business, you can start a drink business. You can even be at the comfort of your home and even start a business online. What I'm trying to say is that if you think through it, you'll be able to tell what you can do with the extra time that you have. Number six. Now, you Christian bisa say, apart from so betimi atwi car na Jonah, then bi no betimi aye enya sika na jo. Say we hu say na Jonah ya onfa ne time na enya den enya hwe. Obetimi start business a oton eduane anajo. Ne hu hia ne say ese odwen ho say emre a me say na anajo yi eden na metimi aye. So hu dia obetimi aye a ebe boa o ene we busua nyina. Number 6. We are going on to number 6 assets that can help you that you don't know of. Equipment. You know, a lot of us have equipment that we take for granted. We feel that because we have it, everybody else also has that same equipment. It is not so. Some of you have generators, but not everybody has a generator. Some of you have ice chests. Not everybody has an ice chest. Some of you have projectors. Not everybody has a projector. Some of you have knapsack sprayers. Not everybody has a knapsack sprayer. Some of you have chairs, tables, mowers, laptops. All these things can be rented for money. Your generator, your ice chest, your projector, your knapsack sprayer. You know, the knapsack sprayer is what you use to spray wheat. There's a certain machine, very cheap machine that we use to spray wheat. All of these things, you can easily rent them. They are equipment you have. You have them right now with you. You can easily rent them and make money out of them. Some of you have projectors, and the only thing you do with the projectors is that you project on maybe Sundays or maybe Saturdays when you want to watch a movie. But all these things are equipment that you can use to generate money for yourself. Ade baako a ebetumi edisika so abrewo ene enyama a owa eya wo se obia wo san nyama ni bi emo obia ndada enye obia na ewo nyama a owo ni bi ebi mo generator eya mo se obia na ewo generator da ebi enye obia na ewo generator ebi mo ice chest eya mo se obia na ewo ice chest da ebi enye obia na ewo ice chest ebi mo knapsack sprayer na ye di spray your friend example inrura no ofilese obia na obi ebi mu ekonwa tables na enyama mo felese obia na obi no so enye obia ene wo saa enyama ni bi saa enyama no ubetimi arrent e de ama nkrofo ama sika aba wonsem na etoso number 7 internet ye mu bebre ye felese internet no ye de call WhatsApp na ye de call Facebook na ye de call YouTube there be internet na nkasa no ebetumi de sika aba wo botom. The internet is an asset that many people do not know about. The internet is an asset that many people do not know about. And if you know about the asset of the internet, you'll be able to draw money to yourself and even for your family. Today, people are selling cars offline. You can sell their cars for them online. People are renting houses offline. You can rent their houses for them on the internet. People are selling clothes in offline boutiques in shops. You can sell the clothes for them on the internet. People are selling food offline in shops, in restaurants. You can sell this same food on the internet for them. So the internet is a very big asset that we have that many people are not taking advantage of. If you have internet, it means that you have access to a very huge market, and it is time you begin to take advantage of the facility of internet, because internet is helping a lot of people create a lot of wealth. Internet na e boa man kofu bebre enye sika Nkrofo ton aduane ewo shop mu ewo restaurant mu nso betimi aton aduane ewo internet so nkrofo high dan ewo shops mu nso betimi high dan ewo internet so nkrofo ton cars ewo garage mu nso betimi aton cars ewo internet so inti internet no eye japade kese a ebetimi ede sika aba nkrofo bebre nsem nso bebre na entumi mfa internet nyeden emfa sika emra o mabrabo mu inti ese obo ho modern se internet no unusing fa sika emra o mabrabo mu a ese obo modern se obetumi de den e the internet na aye adwuma ma sika aba wa mabrabo mu. I have another message from Akosia from Soweto. She says, "Good morning, sir. I was really blessed by last week's message. For the first time in my life, I started boosting my business page after listening to you, and the results are amazing. I now have more avenues to sell my products online. Remain blessed, sir. I'm enjoying today's session too." That is Akosia from Soweto. After listening to last week's message, you boosted your page and you are getting amazing results. We thank God for your life. We thank God for your life. You are enjoying today's session too. I pray you take advantage of what you are learning today too. So you need to take advantage of the internet. So to me the internet ni eye juma mane boa. There etoso American one some ideas. The next thing I'll speak about is ideas. Ideas are assets that can bring you a lot of money if you can take advantage of them. Some people can have ideas of competitions. People form Miss Ghana, Miss University of Ghana, Miss Awoshi, Miss East Legon, Miss La Paz, and out of such a competition, out of such an idea, they are able to generate money from it. People form programs, and out of the programs they form, they are able to make a lot of money out of these programs. So I can encourage you that ideas are also a very important way, assets for you to be able to make money. Ideas are a very important way for you to be able to make money. You can have ideas even for business. There are certain people, all they do is that they sell ideas. So actually you can even form a website, and what you are selling on the website is ideas. So you can sell ideas. So on your website you can do, if you want a business between 100 to 500 cedis, maybe you pay 20 cedis, and then when you click on it and pay, you'll be able to get maybe 10 ideas on how to start a business between 10 to 100 Ghana cedis. So you can have different business ideas that you can even sell on your website. So ideas are a way that people are able to make a lot of money. Enti ideas ye trimu po eba wo trimu etumi boa ema wonye sika. Enti oto ho a eya atena se na dwendwen kakra se ubenya idea bi a betumi eden edi sika ba obotom. Ekofo wo ideas bi omutumi ye Miss La Paz, omutumi ye Miss Soweto, sa nyama no tumi di sika bre omo. Nkofo bi tumi ye programs so tumi di sika bre omo. Ideas so nkofo ideas a ye di business. Unya idea now the business a ebetumi di sika so abro. Ebi mu kra eton idea. Enti obetumi ye website a oye den o ton ideas so nkofo betua 20 cities, some betua 50 cities, some betua 100 cities. No to idea because nkofo wo sika omu nim business in pom this kind of beden ebeye. Inti se o ton ideas cry for business cry eye bibia obetimi dey den enya sika wo. There are 3 other assets that I need to share with you, but hopefully I will share with you another time. Next week, we are going to talk about how to raise capital. I have another message. So, good morning, sir. My name is Richard, listening with my family from SEC. You are blessed. Thank you, Richard. Thank God for your family also. So like I said, next week we are going to talk about how to raise capital. Capital has become one of the biggest issues for a lot of people. But the truth of the matter is that there are more than 10 easy ways to raise capital. And next week, Wednesday, 9 a.m. sharp, I'm going to share with you 10 different ways, easy ways that you can raise capital. I've used all these ways to raise capital, and I've been successful with all these ways. And I'm confident that if I share it with you, you'll be able to also raise capital for yourself. Next week, me no beche se na ubetimi enya sika ede aye butae bia opese oye na mecho nyama be 10 a ubetimi aye a ubetimi de nya capital ama wo ho. Sa nyama we nyina maye ama etumi di sika aba ma afam nti minim se also oye a edi sika ebeba wa afam. How to raise capital. That will be our topic for next week, Wednesday. Thank you very much for listening to Grow Your Wealth on Max 89.7 FM. Next week, by God's grace, we'll be here with the program. Tell every friend, tell every relative, tell every family member of yours that this program will help them to create wealth for themselves. Max 89.7 FM, Grow Your Wealth program at Ebeboa Ama Osika Sem Akoyeno. Next week Wednesday, you better send ya ube to me. Ajisika ana enyasika edi aye botae bia opese oye. See you next week at 9 a.m. My name is Francis Jonah. You are blessed.